morning, honorable folks. This is Noah Van Skyver. I just wanted to do a video checking in with you guys, talk a little bit. First off, I got to plug my book constantly. This is my new collection from Fantagraphics. It's a collection of like the kind of funny autobiographical comic strips that I was doing in the newspaper in Columbus, Ohio. And it is coming out November 3rd, I think, from Fantagraphics. So I'll have a link to pre-order the book in the description of this video, and I would appreciate you picking it up. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy the past few weeks. Some of you know I wrote in the community part of this channel that I got married. So I've been planning that and going on a honeymoon to Asheville, North Carolina. We went to the Biltmore Mansion, and that was pretty great. But it was just so much anxiety, like leading up to it, that all I could really do was read Peanuts. Because it's just like I realized at a certain point that Peanuts is like this really comforting kind of, I don't know, it's like a nice escape, Peanuts. So I was just reading a lot of Peanuts comics leading up to my wedding, because I couldn't concentrate on fiction. I couldn't concentrate on like a graphic novel or anything. So yeah, the first thing I read was this collection, which is like the famous Peanuts Treasury. I have this cheap Barnes & Noble edition. So I read this collection, and then I had a lot of anxiety, so I read Charles Schulz's Conversations, all his interviews. Actually, I'm rereading this again. This is how crazy I am. I read this collection. Now I'm going through again and reading the conversations from the specific era of the comics that I'm reading, the collections that I'm reading, because right now I'm currently reading the 1971 to 72 volume. But yeah, so I've been like on this like Peanuts binge. Like I read this Chip Kidd book that he put out, The Art of Charles Schulz, which I guess they did another one too. I don't know, have you guys seen that? Well, there's one called like the Only What's Necessary that Abrams put out. Yeah, I can't tell. It seems like the same kind of book as this, which is just like The Art of Peanuts. I mean, it's the same thing, but maybe it's just formatted differently. I'm not really sure. So yeah, then I read this one here, 1969 to 70. Then a bunch of these like Titan collections. So these are like facsimiles, Peanuts Revisited. This is all 55 to 59. This is an original paperback. Hey Peanuts. Good Grief, some Sundays. Then you have this one, You're Out of Your Mind, Charlie Brown. I like these though, because even though they're cheap, like this is, you can tell the printing quality is not very good. It would just, you know, it really is, it's a facsimile, but it's like on a cheaper, it's like a budget copy of like the kind of quality they would have had on this originally, I think. This doesn't look good, but you know, they're like $4 or $5 or whatever, so they're totally worth it. More Peanuts. Then every Sunday. So I've been reading a lot of these. Oh, and actually, I just finished this one the other night. This is the very final volume, which is just like, it's just like art from the storybooks he's done in his illustration career, Little Folks. This is from the Peanuts comic book that was coming out that Charles didn't draw, but the guy Jim Sasseville, who was working on it, located some of the comics from the comic book that Charles actually did draw. So they included those pages in this volume here. So this is from the Peanuts comic, but it was actually drawn by Charles, which is crazy that he would have that much energy, that he could draw his comics, the dailies and Sundays, and then also work on the comic book. I can't believe that. So yeah, this is really great. It has all this stuff here from the actual Peanuts collections, like the little books. And then it ends with this amazing essay by Jeannie Schulz about Charles Schulz and their marriage. And man, it was really moving. Pretty incredible. So I've been reading a lot of Peanuts, and I was like, I want to talk to Gary Groth about what it's been like working on this series. So I reached out to him, and he promised to come on. I think we're gonna chat at the end of this week about it. And I'm really looking forward to that. I've got a lot of questions for him about that stuff. So, like right after I got married, I'm on my honeymoon and I'm just thinking about the future and what I'm going to do, how I'm going to support my myself and my wife, any family that we decide to have, what I'm going to do in the future, and I got really scared. I feel like maybe it's too late. I don't know. I'm 36 years old. I don't know how I could really. I mean, I've spoken to other cartoonists about this in our conversations, but what do you do? Like I've put all my eggs into being a cartoonist, into that basket. So I have to be really serious about this, and I can't just live like I did when I was an unmarried man, where I just kind of only need to really worry about myself and my own finances and stuff. So I've been thinking a lot about how I'm going to take care of that and make sure that there's money coming in and that I'm not as broke as I usually am, if it's possible. I don't know if it's possible. But I mean, I've spoken about this before on this channel, that I was going to start like a Patreon to help bring in money for at least this channel, because this channel, I love doing it so much. This has been really fun. I love talking to you guys and providing the content for you and all, but it's just like, it takes a lot of time, you know? So the Patreon, I'll have a link in the description. So if you feel like supporting me and helping me out, I would really appreciate it. I make it worth your while as much as I can. I decided to start doing a new diary comic, or like an autobio comic, sort of like similar to the stuff I'm doing in this book. And I'll be doing that every week. And I'll be posting kind of outtakes from the videos that I do on there as well. So yeah, a link in the description if you want to check that out. I really appreciate it. And then as far as my actual comic work goes, I'm still chugging along on the Joseph Smith graphic novel. God, it's like over 300 pages now. And the pressure is getting to me now. I'll show you the list here. So this is the schedule. I have to turn in the first pass with final art to the publisher on February 1st, 2021. The cover sketch is due the 3rd, or 3/1/21. Final cover sketch is due 5/1/21, and the galley goes to the printer in June 1st of 2021. And final files need to be released to the printer in June 15th, and it'll be published in the spring of 2022. So that having those dates in front of me freaks me out, because I feel like I've just been like taking my time and trying really hard to just, you know, create this story that flows really well and just try to tell the story the best I can and all this stuff. And now I'm like, oh my God, I actually have a timeline. I have a deadline for this thing. I really need to get this done. I need to really focus on how it's going to end and what it's all going to feel like complete as a complete story, and how I can tweak things to make it fit together better, all that stuff. I'm freaking scared, but I'm going to work hard on it. And I'm going to try and I'm going to try not to get my publisher pissed off at me. But also I need the money. So like I have to get it done on time. I need the money. I'm hurting. All right, guys. Thanks for paying attention. I hope you have a good week. I'll try and post another video pretty soon. Take care.